I found a friend of mine, and he's going to be one of our guests at the men's retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you how it all began. I was in Delaware last week, and as we were talking about the men's retreat, I meet with Ezra, and Ezra tells me that he came to Lafayette and met with Joseph.
I don't remember. Ezra, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But if I saw your face, I probably remember you.
Yeah, most likely. And he really enjoyed your sermon. You were preaching on that day.
Yeah.
And I told him, yeah, we will get Joseph come and talk to the young people. And
I hope you can afford my fee. No, but it's great to be with you guys.
Yeah, Jesus paid it all.
Yeah, of course.
So
that's true.
So the theme of our men's retreat is Iron Sharpens Iron,
Mm-hmm.
and our focus is on physical health, spiritual health,
Yeah.
and just emotional or well-being.
Yeah. Important topics.
Yeah, so we want young men to join us as we sit with other older men just to discuss life.
Yeah.
So just tell me, who is Joseph, just briefly?
Yeah.
So that
I
they
guess
know who we'll be ministering to.
Yeah, just a little bit about me. I love the idea of iron sharpens iron because I think that's maybe been a little bit of an idea in my life of just wanting to grow and be a better man. There was a period in my life where I was making a lot of poor choices. I was making very selfish choices, hurting people because of my choices. And I recognized, hey, this is not the guy I want to be. And I had to really do a self-assessment and just be honest. Like, man, the things that I'm doing, the words that I'm speaking, the way I'm behaving, this is not the way that I actually envisioned my life going. And so I had to give my life to God first, like submit myself and say, hey, I need your help. I need your help to do it differently. And then recognize becoming a different person, becoming the person that God called me to be. It requires intentional action. It requires intentional behavior. And so, some of the things that I wanted to change was how my body was looking. So I started working out. I wanted to grow in my relationship with God, and I recognized to grow in a relationship with God, you have to be consistent and intentional with it, and you have to pursue it. In terms of career, just pursuing career. And so I went back to school and back in school again now, and in relationships, recognizing the type of man and husband that I wanted to be, I had to make some changes. So I think you have to be brutally honest with yourself about who you are and where you're headed, take radical responsibility for your choices, and start making some new choices.
Yeah, that's amazing. Joseph was with me in the seminary. I remember at some point during a program, you went to Cuba for 1 year for missionary work. As a young man, he just stopped, went for Cuba. And remember, was your undergrad in pastoral?
Not at all. I was a business major, so I had no training, and I felt totally ill-equipped. But it was one of the most challenging experiences of my life, one of the hardest years of my life. But it was a year that caused me to grow so much in trusting God and just learning to let Him lead each day. Because each day I was ready to go home, I was ready to quit. But recognizing that the strength for each day came from God, and recognizing that, hey, God had something for me there in Cuba, and I'd love to share with you guys what that was. But it was a good transformational experience. So I guess it was kind of like a desert experience.
So there's another thing that I know, your passion, working with college students. I know here at the Indiana conference, you're taking the lead in just ministering to the college students. And I know most of the young people who will be coming, either they just finished college or are in college. And maybe some of them are in the verge of just trying to make this decision or trying to find out whether they should continue serving God, or at times we're just in a valley of decision. Why is it so important for a young man just to make a decision to follow God?
I think that college ministry, campus ministry is a huge area for growth within any denomination, because it's a point in time where a young person is transitioning from the dependence of parents and the oversight of parents into the freedom of life. And oftentimes that's where we see many young people walk away. And I think it's really essential. I'm passionate about helping young adults to recognize, hey, what you experienced in church as a as a youth doesn't have to be your experience now. You can create your own experience with God. And I think it's important to do that. I think it's important to take God seriously, because now that you're being exposed to so many different ideas and people in college, now that you're being exposed to so many different career fields and opportunities, I think it's important to recognize where your true foundation and your true joy is. And so, yeah, I'm really passionate about campus ministries, about ministering to young adults, and I think that that's where the church is going to grow, is recapturing those people that are making decisions to walk away.
Now, as we come to the close, if you have a young man in your house, if you're a pastor and you have some young people in your church, and you just want them to have an experience of connecting with God, if there is a place for them to come, is this men's retreat. Iron sharpens iron, because the idea here, it's not going to be a sermon. Joseph is just going to share and connect with these young people. And he has told me, he has shared his story before. I have heard it. You might be looking at him and say, wow, you're a pastor, this is how your life was. But I know he's had a lot of struggles.
Made some choices, man. Made some choices.
But today is here. So you might be struggling with addictions or something, whatever it is. Or maybe you might be at the highest level of your Christian experience. We need you to share your experience with the other young men. So just one last word. If there is this young man who is not very sure whether to come or not, what do you want to tell them?
I say we need each other. You know, I need men around me. Even as a pastor, I need men around me that are going to challenge me to grow and to step up and to make the right decisions. And I take that responsibility serious for the people that I have, oversight of, where, the young men that are in my community. I'll call them out and I'll tell them, hey, you got to make some different choices. And I think it's they value that. And I think that that's the thing that this young generation needs, is any people who see value in them, people who are going to tell it to them straight, people that are going to walk beside them. So come and join the program, be there. You're not going to want to miss any part of it. So,
Thank you so much, and God bless you. This is not a meeting that you are planning, you need to miss. Come, let's connect, and you never know, we might learn some things from you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.